Okay, everyone, my name is Connor Spear, and this presentation I'll be exploring the theory surrounding the mysterious arcade game Polybius. So, according to the legend, this game was secretly developed by the CIA in the early 1980s as part of a mind control experiment. But how much truth is there to this? Let's take a closer look. So, to begin, this conspiracy theory blends urban legend, video game nostalgia, and Cold War fear. So, we'll explore where the story came from essentially, the context of the 1980s America, the claims made by the theory, and the evidence both for and against it. Finally, we'll weigh the facts and ask, was Polybius a real CIA experiment or just a clever internet myth? So, the story is said to take place in Portland, Oregon in 1981. During this time, arcades were booming and video games were becoming part of mainstream youth culture. At the same time, the public was becoming aware of actual CIA experiments like the MK Ultra, real government programs that used drugs and psychological manipulation. This was a perfect setting for suspicion and paranoia. The main claim is that Polybius was a government produced game that appeared briefly in Portland arcades. According to the legend, it caused psychological side effects like hallucinations, memory loss, addiction, nightmares, and even suicide. Some versions say men in black would visit the machines to collect data. The theory exploded online after a 1998 post on the site coinop.org, which described the game as a tool for psychological experiments. So, there are some reasons why people believed that this might be true. First, MK Ultra was real, and the CIA did experiment with psychological manipulation. Secondly, the original coinop.org post sounded detailed and convincing. There are also some vague accounts of men in black monitoring arcades in the early 80s, though none are directly tied to Polybius. Finally, people point to a general mistrust of the government that made the idea feel plausible. However, the evidence against the theory is far stronger. No one has ever produced a working copy of Polybius. The original coin op post was likely written as a hoax or creative fiction, and no Portland arcade owners ever confirmed the game's existence. The logical fallacies here is what the Gula refers to as appeal to ignorance. The belief that we can't prove something didn't happen. It might have, but that's not real proof. And despite being debunked, Polybius became a pop culture phenomenon. It's been featured in TV shows like The Simpsons, the Disney series Loki, and various internet games in itself. It taps into our fears about technology and trust in authority. Classic ingredients for a long lasting conspiracy. So, when we round up all the evidence, it seems almost certain that Polybius was never real. There's no physical proof, and the story likely started as an internet hoax in the late 1990s. Still, it reflects real anxieties from the Cold War era and our ongoing mistrust in powerful institutions like the CIA. In that sense, while the game may be fake, the fear behind it is very real. And we still use it today in pop culture for many different stories online and on multiple streaming platforms. All right, so here are some of the sources that I use for my research in Polybius, including articles by journalist Brian Dunning, the coinop.org archive, and Michael Shermer's work on skepticism and urban myths. Thank you guys for watching and stay curious.